There are just a few days remaining to the Aviation conference happening in Cape Town, and John Howell has something to tell us. We shall see that later in the news. Welcome to Fly East Africa Weekly News Bulletin. I am Olive Winfred Nagawa, and these are the headlines. Uganda Airlines to commence operations in July 2019. South Sudan banned 20-year-old aircraft, and these are the news in details. Uganda Airlines to commence operations in July 2019. In a statement from the Minister of Works and Transport, Honorable Monica Azubantege, released on Monday, 8th April, an announcement was made that the nation is going to receive their first CRJ 900 on the 23rd of April at 3 p.m. local time. The minister also disclosed the general public that the airline will commence operations in July. The minister also said that from when the aircraft will be received till when operations commence in July, the airline will be carrying out the air operator certification, a mandatory procedure for any carrier. This will involve inspections of staff, tool, system, and the aircraft. The airline also has to meet the required standards. The minister further said that the nation has 47 bilateral air service agreements with different countries that will be activated once the airline commences operations. These bilateral air service agreements will give Uganda Airlines the authority to operate in those countries. Still in Uganda, Uganda Airlines firms up order for 2 Airbus 330-800 during a Fambo Air show in 2018. Uganda Airlines signed a memorandum of understanding with Airbus. As a follow-up, a $20 million deposit was made by the Ugandan government last week to confirm this order. The nation is expected to receive 2 aircrafts in 2020 when the airline will be planning to launch their international flights. The Airbus 330-800 Neo will be powered by 2 Rolls-Royce latest Trent 7000 engines. The aircraft will feature the most modern cabin, offering customers the best comfort with a state-of-art in-flight entertainment and Wi-Fi during their flights. The new modern aircraft shall offer 25% fuel reduction per seat compared to the previous A330 aircrafts. Uganda Airlines are the second customer to order for this aircraft, others being Kuwait Airlines, who made an order for 8 aircrafts in 2018 and will be the launch customer for this aircraft. Sudan Aerospace closed after coup, a military coup that forced Omar al-Bashir to resign from his position as president after months of protest. This has forced airlines to cancel the flights across Sudan Aerospace due to safety reasons. Flights within and out of Sudan all have been affected, and passengers have been advised to cross-check with airlines for changes in their schedule. Air Botswana and Embraer signed pool program agreement during the MRO Americans Summit held in Atlanta, USA. A long agreement was signed between Air Botswana that recently took a delivery of an Embraer E170. The airline will have access to spare parts, effective solutions, and unlimited access to large inventory of components for the E170 from Embraer Distribution Center. Parliament approves 58.9 million euros third phase funding for Kumasi International Airport. The funding is to facilitate the third phase of development of Kumasi International Airport. The funds will be got from Deutsche Bank AG branch of London. The third engineering and procurement phase will include terminal expansion, construction of new fire station, control tower, and 2 bridges. The third phase is estimated to take a period of 30 months. This will be a continuation of phase 2 that is currently undergoing, that was launched by President Dankwa Akufo-Addo in June 2018. Ethiopian Airlines receives 11th Airbus 350 XWB. The Pan-African airline that is celebrating 73 years of existence, that is driven by dedication and passion, had no better way of celebrating this milestone other than receiving a Rolls-Royce XWB powered. The new A350 has a seat configuration of 348 passengers in 2 cabin classes, 30 in business class and 318 in the economy class. The 11th 330 takes the airline's fleet to 113, and the airline's fleet includes the following: 19 787-8 Dreamliner, 4 787-9 Dreamliner, 16 777-200 including 9 cargo, 4 777-300 ER, 6 767-300 ER, 737-700, 18 737-800 including 2 freighters, 4 737 MAX 8 and 24 Bombardiers Q400. South Sudan bans 20-year-old aircraft for passenger transport. The world's youngest nation has gotten the determination to clean up her aerospace. While meeting the press, the Information Minister Michael Makwei-Luth announced that the government had decided to ban aircraft that are more than 20 years from carrying passengers, and this can only carry cargo. The minister further said that the Civil Aviation Authority will have to consider the state of the aircraft and pilots that operate in the nation. He supplemented on this by saying that some aircraft lacked airworthiness certification and some pilots not competent to fly and work. South Sudan government has therefore taken this initiative as a way of reducing their accidents in this country, and there will be increased monitoring and enforcement of this measure. Here are some of the recent crashes in South Sudan. In September 2018, LET-410 plane crashed on Lake Eroy, killing 20 people. And on 4th November 2015, an Antonov AN crashed near the White Nile shortly after takeoff, killing at least 37 people. The President of the Republic of Angola, João Lourenço, annulled a decree that was signed on the 14th of January 2019 that authorized the Minister of Transport to enforce the restructuring and set up financing operations for acquisition of new aircrafts from Boeing and Bombardier. The cancellation of the decree was made on grounds of the need for an in-depth study for the restructuring and modernization of the airline's fleet. Despite the airline's financial difficulties, the President further directed the Finance and Transport Ministers and TAAG's Board of Directors to start negotiations with lenders and aircraft providers. Thank you for watching Fly East Africa Weekly News Bulletin, and don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. And as a reminder, there are just a few days to the AviaDev Summit, and the Managing Director of AviaDev, John Howell, has something for you.
Hi, this is John Howell, Founder and Managing Director of AviaDev Africa. Thanks to Fly East Africa for their support with the event. We're very excited that our 4th event is going to take place in Cape Town, 24th to the 26th of April. The event is focused on improving air connectivity to, from and within Africa, and is hosted by Airports Company South Africa and the Cape Town Air Access team. The event theme is We Soar as One, as we're trying to unite African aviation and foster an environment of cooperation and collaboration. We've got some huge surprises planned and an action-packed agenda. So to find out more, head to www.aviationdevelop.com.
I am Olive Winfred Nagawa. See you next time.
Aviadev Africa is the premier forum dedicated to developing connectivity to, from and within the African continent. Join us this April and help us advance Africa's connectivity.